Hey, I'm NichBoy, and today I'm playing Divinity Original Sin 2 by Larian Studios. Well, technically I'm playing an early access build of Original Sin 2. It comes out in a couple of months, but we've got access to it now. The first Divinity game was a really surprisingly fun game from very humble beginnings. It was a Kickstarter that just kind of exploded, and with it came a game that had so much depth and strategy and nuance and things to do that I did not expect a team of that size to be able to pull up. So I've been very excited about the second one, so let's jump in. Take that look. Take that first look. First look Nikki, that's what they call me. Welcome to the character creation screen. Select an origin character or create a custom hero. Give your hero a name, change appearance, and select one of the many classes to start with. So she seems to be wearing not a lot, but that's okay because I think she's actually a root? Like, is she plant-based? Sibyl. She's an elf. Talents. Elegant. Corpse eater. Those are two, I would say, being a corpse eater negates the elegance. There's nothing elegant about chowing down on a body. I do want to play something that will cast magic, so I can be a wizard or I can be a witch. Let's just go witch. I like the idea of just scaring the shit out of my friends. I accept you as you are, Sibyl, but I want you to carry around a cello. Good.
Honourable Dallas, madam, we lost a ship sailing Sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured in Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully, into eternity. High Judge Orivand.
Looks like I'm the lone survivor. There are enemies ahead! Combat in Divinity Original Sin 2 is played in rounds. Everything you do in combat costs action points, which you receive each round. Your turn ends when you have no more points left. So the order of the portraits from left to right determines what order the combatants will take in their turns. Understood? So it's going to be me, and then a viscous voidling, and then a voidling, and then me, and then a voidling, and then a voidling. Excellent, I poisoned it. It still seems to be totally fine though. And I've got 2 more action points left. This will cost me 2. Poisonous dart, let's just continue the poison train. Good work. It can speak. Ugh. I feel like I want something area of effecty here. Or crowd control, resurrect, that's not gonna help me. Magic missile. Oh, I do like magic missile. I'm just gonna go magic missile. Good. Now, you should flee in terror, seeing what just happened to your little friend there. Magic missile to the face. Followed up with just a swift hit on the head. The ground appears to be cursed. More than meets the eye with these creatures, because apparently they speak. And I've added that to my log. I'm bound by a magical collar that cannot be removed. When did this get so kinky? Carved into my arm are the list of those who have wronged me in this life. I keep my carving needle with me at all times. Wow. I mean, what happens when you've avenged or revenged? Do you ride over it? I'll take the helmet. That's a great helmet. I gotta tell you, if I have to wear a helmet, I mean, that's in keeping with theme with the fact that I am a tree. And look, if we're being completely honest, I feel like she could probably slip out of that collar. It's friggin' huge. As you were, Yo-Yo Ma. A black cat, beauteous creature, almost graceful as I am. The cat's eyes are clouded and gray, but it stares at you with an acute intensity. You don't understand a word this animal is saying. If you had the pet pal talent, you could have had a meaningful conversation. So already the game is guilting me into doing things. It's like, if you had done this, then maybe you could have played this game differently. Its eyes clear and it shakes its head, confused. End. Sorry, cat. Wow, that cat can really take a magic missile. Not like Pete's cat. Oh. You there, elf. You came from the wrecked ship. Are there Voidwoken ashore? Say you didn't see any Voidwoken, they must have gone down with the ship. Quickly inform them you saw some smaller Voidwoken on the beach behind you. Say they're a little late, you already killed off the last of the Voidwoken that made it to the dry land. Tell them you're glad they're here, someone needs to account for how badly you were treated on that ship. Oh, I like that last option. I like the sassiness. Like, we're playing this character as though she comes from a very wealthy family, she expects everything to be done for her all the time, and she assumes that everyone is there to serve her. Which is why, of course, she tried to kill the cat. Because in her court, she would have been able to get away with that. Are you mad? We haven't got time for this now. Those monsters could be at the gates at any moment. Say all you see is 2 magisters without any backup. All I see are 2 cowards. You lot are all the same, more concerned for yourselves than the rest of the world put together. Grello, make this quick. They may be void woken up the beach. Pray Dallas and the bishop don't hear us, or they'll have you strung up within the hour. Sorcerer. It's an interesting way to finish a conversation. Oh, you want to see my sorcery? I'll just stand here and wait until it's time for me to show you. Your enemies are a lot higher level than you. If you had the pet pal talent, you could have done this a lot better. Consider fleeing and returning when you're more experienced. Interesting. Flee combat, delay your turn, and turn. I mean, I don't want to be a coward that runs away, but right now I'm just seem to be wearing a negligee and a helmet of leaves, so I might not stand a chance. Let's flee. Flee! Flee failed, enemies are too close. Well, thanks game for suggesting that I do that and completely waste everything. Okay. Resurrect, damage boost, creates blood surfaces and sets bleeding to enemies. I do like that. Magical dart, poison damage, and poison damage sets poison to enemies around you. Maybe if I go back. Oh, he took an attack of opportunity. So I'm gonna go back. I'm going to poison that. Good. And now I'm going to magic missile Magister Grello. Magister Grello casts Frost Grenade on the ground. Oh, good lord. Okay, I'm not feeling good about my health. Not feeling good about the fact that I exploded, my helmet stayed there, and a tombstone grew up to inhabit it. Load game. Okay, here are these guys again. I feel like my first approach of high and mighty and a little self-righteous was perhaps incorrect. Let's take a little more tact. Elf, you came from the wreck ship. Are there void woken ashore? Quickly inform. I saw some smaller ones on the beach behind me, sir. Please. Go on, God, Grello, let's go. Terrific, terrific. Guys, it was lovely meeting you. And to say goodbye, a quick magic missile to the back. Oh, okay, you're too far away. Let's run away. The cat is now my friend. So I feel like all in all, we may not have a helmet, but this second playthrough, friends with the cat, distracted some guards. The tension people feel towards you is increased. Tension increases as more crimes are committed and is naturally higher in certain areas. As tension rises, others are less likely to forgive your indiscretions. My indiscretion of merely existing in this world, is that what it is? Because I have committed no crime, sir. Dallas, the hammer. Stay back, elf, and stay silent. Your savior is speaking. Interesting. I will continue. Come, Alexander. I'd sooner cut out my tongue than lie to you. I know nothing of this Virtus. Then do it. If you can tell his holiness no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out. That's nice, he called his bluff. They're playing what we here in the pocket office call a game of tongue chicken. Which is where John and I go in for the kiss, and whoever pulls out first needs to cut out their tongue. Shouldn't tell you all you need to know about how far I'm willing to go to win a game. This can't be serious, Alexander. Come! You will address me with proper honorifics, Magister, and you will obey your superior, whatever she may ask. This guy looks a lot like a Destiny character. Okay. So our options. I could be a scholar, and I can be all hoity-toity. I could be a rogue, and say, you should probably buy these people off, and not just torture them. I can ignore this situation, or I can just go forward and I'm sure get myself killed. This is not what Nick would do in real life, but I'm gonna make myself small. I'd rather not get noticed for a variety of reasons. A chooser pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut, drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans. Stop, Dallas. I believe you've made your point. Don't stop, Dallas. I want tongue for dinner. My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop and friend these many years. Your bishop, your friend, who only wishes to save the realm from destruction. Look how angry he is. Dallas! Yes, your holiness. Dallas, drunk with power right now. We are done here. Holy shitballs. And now they're just walking away and I can loot the corpse, hopefully to find a tongue. Okay, so, what? I feel like I totally missed that situation. I was under the impression that the hammer was facing off against all of them and they were all on one side and the hammer was on one other side. And then the guy was like, stop it, you've made your point. And so instead of stopping or just allowing the tongue cut, she instead murdered the entire person, as opposed to just murdering the tongue. But I will take your minor healing potion, which can no longer help you, your bottled inferno, which probably could have helped you, your magic scroll, which did nothing, and your leg. I will take your leg, because I can eat it to learn your memories. Where is the leg? Eat the leg. I discovered a new skill, Fortify. Something that probably they should have used before they were exploded. Increase and fill a character's maximum physical armor. While fortified, a character cannot be forcefully teleported. Good lord, this. I forgot how dense these games were. Alright, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this tongue business. I find only bread, I want no trouble. Bread or a brisket, toll's the same. Your grift teaches you to bully others? Pathetic. Right, you've also got that sexy kinky collar. Let's have a chat about how much it sucks to be an indentured servant. Dear one, help me teach this beast. He must respect. Respect? Ha! Someone's gotta keep this place running. Griff can't do it for free. Why do you gotta make this so hard? He's got a point. He runs nothing. He and his people only take. You do not take from me again. Ask why the elf owes him money. Ask after this Griff. Tell the elf she should pay up rules are rules. Say this sounds more like a shakedown in disguise. Take a step back and say this isn't your quarrel. I'm sick of playing the coward. The last time I played the coward, a human being exploded. Or actually, I think it was a lizard. Regardless, a thing that was carrying a vial and a leg that I ate exploded. I can't have that sort of responsibility on my head anymore. So I either want to know who this Griff is, who I assume is the leader of this little fort. This fort where gravity seems to not exist and everything's on its side. Or is it a shakedown? Let's see why you owe money. Everyone in camp's got to contribute for food, for protection, no exceptions, especially not for elves, racism, Griff's orders. Food protection, I have neither. I reckon you've got a point. I reckon you got a sweet point. This sounds like a shakedown. You two ought to be thanking your lucky gods. It's us, not the magisters enforcing around here. A fool never knows what they got till it's well and gone. Now come on, elf, if you make me say it again, there's gonna be trouble. My rogue option, turn to the elf and frown. Isn't she Elodie Impaler Oldwood, the famed assassin of the North? Ooh, I like the lie option. So we're gonna pretend that she's actually someone important. Let's do that. Let's boost her confidence. Why, yes, of course I am. All my life. What's the hiss? I don't get the hiss. Is it a threatening hiss? Elodie Oldwood? Impaler? He shifts uncomfortably. Get out of here, will you? You ain't worth my time, neither of you. Oh, how the tables have turned. The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks. Okay, so we all did very well. All right, so this camp is all a bit shit and run down. Please, Griff, a delivery. Surely you have one, please. Griff, camp boss Griff. Back off, pal, I was here first. Griff knows what side the bread's buttoned on. Ain't that right, chief? Hey, you know what side the bread is. Scram, both of you. No deliveries today. None looking likely for tomorrow either. Ain't fit for beasts. All right, I feel like I've caught him in a good mood for a chat. Let's just have a good powwow. Griff is slowly, methodically peeling the skin from a potato. I feel like he maybe thinks it's threatening. It's probably not. I did just eat another living creature's entire leg, so I'm not really that scared of you and your potato. As you approach, he looks up, setting the potato, but not the sharp little knife down on the table. Again, I'd like to remind you, I am Sebi, leg eater. What? Ask if he's in charge, glance at the knife and apologize for disturbing him. No. Lean on the table and give him a sideways look. Ask if he's the Griff you've heard so much about. Take your leave. Lean on the table and give him a sideways look. You that Griff? You that Griff everyone's talking about? He kicks the table half an inch, forcing you to your feet. Ooh. Say you're just a fellow inmate and have some questions, casually cross your arms and say you've heard he might be able to help you. Or we could give him a wink and tell him you're looking for the local alpha to give you the lay of the land. Okay. That was a very strange wink. It's a very strange wink. Forget that ever happened. I'm listening. Oh, the top dog likes a wink. Do you know your thugs are terrorizing the camp citizens? I say casually, both winking and leaning. Thugs. Heh. Look at it this way. People get lawless here, and we all starve. Say you're interested in trade, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so each one of these is giving me a bit of information, but I feel like the game is going, you still haven't picked the right one to continue the game. I'm interested in trade. I don't really have anything to trade. Excellent. Is that my currency? Yeah, so I've got 0 gold. I've got a couple of healing potions, a backpack, seemingly bottomless, which I would argue is invaluable. A resurrection scroll. I will give you a resurrection scroll, my friend. I will give you both of them. And in return, I would like your apple juice. I feel like I got the raw end of that deal because I gave him 2 pieces of paper that could bring a human being back to life, and he gave me a popper. The star represents the trader's attitude towards you. I bet you like me now. I swapped juice for life. I clearly am as bad bartering in video games as I am in real life. I'm looking for a way out of here. Can't help you there. If I could, I wouldn't be here peeling goddamn potatoes. Interesting. Right, of course, because you two are a prisoner. So I'm basically in a prison here. Because we're all wearing those collars. You're just top dog prisoner. You're the B. Smith of Divinity Original Sin 2. Okay, we're done, I guess. All of that was useless. Well, not useless. I mean, I got a popper. I guess I'll just keep moving on until I find a quest or something, because so far I haven't actually got any real sense of direction. Whoa! Bad luck to let one of them cross your path. If it's bad luck when a black cat crosses your path, how bad is it if they die on it? You shot the cat. I mean, this is big talk coming from someone who shot some magic missiles at the cat, but still, it's brutal. Okay, so I'm just wandering around trying to find someone who isn't wearing a collar. I want to find that Dallas person, because I feel like they're who I should be following up with. Looky, looky here, mates. Fresh faces. We love fresh faces, don't we? Oh, gross. Why don't you join us for a round of cards, first hands on the house? No thanks, mate. I'll wait for the full Gwent-like expansion in 6 months' time. No problem, freshie. I'll be needing to collect your internment fee first, of course. I'm sure the Reds told you no one gets along without paying the internment fee, so let's make this easy. Empty your pockets. No one mentioned having to pay to stay here. Tell them you're gonna walk away. Spit and say they'll have to loot their internment fee from your corpse. Suggest there must be a compromise. Gather the cards and shuffle them with a snap. Wink at him. Seems like the Sibyl way is just to wink at everybody. Tell him if you can guess the card he chooses, he'll let you off. Yeah, do it. Well, ain't you the playful one, gorgeous? I like them odds. Let's play. He reaches towards you to take the card, and you take a huge risk. While he picks a card, you reach into his pocket. Reflected in a button on his shirt, you see gold. You have a 1 in 3 chance of guessing the correct card. Take it. Oh! Do I pickpocket him? Do I play the odds? Look, like my old friend Fagin says, you've got to pick a pocket or two, boys. His purse slips easily into your palm, and you secret it away. Uh-oh. Hold on a damn minute. Oh, these cards are marked. Ha! But you guessed that already, didn't you? All right, then, what am I holding? Well, I know it's golden, so it's not an Emerald 5 or a Scarlet Courtesan. A Golden 3. Wrong, you may be beautiful, but you've got the brains of an elf. Pay up now or play some other games with you, seeing as you're such a playful thing. Don't like all the rape innuendo. Sigh loudly, hand over your gear, then walk away, his purse heavy in your pocket. Give the brute what he asks for. Say you won't hand over what's rightfully yours. Swear you have nothing of value on your person. My only question is, does gear include my staff? Because I think I'm fine with giving away a couple of health potions and a popper, but I want to keep the staff. I feel like staff I get to keep because sigh loudly implies like I'm pretending this is a problem. Nope, I am now a completely naked elf. We're gonna leave it there. What? You gave him your clothes. He didn't want your clothes. Also, just before we start this wrap up, it did say that I would give him everything I had, but walk away with his purse like heavy in my pocket. I open up the inventory, I don't even have the money I stole. So I guess I put my money in my pocket, but then I gave him my whole pocket. Divinity Original Sin 2. Okay, so that is Divinity Original Sin 2. First up, I feel like it's very similar to Divinity Original Sin in its opening, in the look of everything that's going on here. But the big difference is that in the opening of Divinity Original Sin, you start off and you're in a party and then you arrive, you kill a couple of things, you arrive at a village, and it's very much like we're a party of people who are about to embark on a big quest. This has that classic sort of storytelling thing of like start late, and so here, we've been just washed up from a shipwreck and the world is all a bit crap. I kill a couple of things, and instead of arriving in a nice village where I can sort of buy potions and breads and wander around and it all looked very beautiful, I arrive in a prison where people playing cards demand the clothes off my very back. And so far, there's a lot going on in the game, but I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing. I figure I need to find Dallas or whoever is in charge of the camp, not just the sort of top dog, which we found before. And so I need to wander around and really get this story going, because at the moment it's a lot of wandering around just world building and a lot of flavor. But that is something that I loved about the first game and that I'm already really enjoying about the second one. I've already got stories. I've been playing for about an hour and I've already got several great stories about the way that my character chose to interact with the world. And that you look at the fact that I chose to fight those guys the first time, and then the second time I spoke to them and told them that there were, you know, people down by the shore and that they could run off and fight them. That already informed a new way that I was going to play this character. So now this character is someone who is very talkative and that sort of thing. This happened in lots of RPGs, but I think one of the strengths about Original Sin is that there's always just so much dialogue there. There's so many different ways that you can approach it. They apply that to combat and they apply it to the way that you actually role play your character. And this is very much a role-playing game. It feels more like the beginning of a D&D adventure than something like Dragon Age, where, you know, it's the beginning of an epic story. Here, it's kind of like, you need to find the beginning of the story before you start playing it, and I do actually really appreciate that. Like I said at the beginning, this is a sort of early access look at it. So this is about 8 to 12 hours of gameplay, and you can do co-op with up to 4 people, and there's also the PvP arena stuff that's in it. If you are interested in playing Original Sin 2, but you do only want to do one playthrough, I would probably wait until the full release, because this is early access, so it's probably also going to be a bit buggy and weird as well. So you better just wait till December, because the first Divinity was kind of filled with bugs until they ironed it out, so this one may be the same, and just wait for December for something a little more rock solid. But if you are really desperate to get your hands on more Original Sins, then this is really your only option, because it's the only sequel to the game they've made. Alright, that's it for today's episode of Pocket. My Pocketeers, NichBoy out.